What's up, Artis gang? It's your girl Nisha.
It's your boy Marcus.
And we're back with another video. In this video, we're here with another hot topic of something that is very important that has been trending. This morning, I woke up to a message from my sister, basically sending us a message talking about the baby foods. I guess they have a recall on them. And they contain things like
mercury, cadmium, lead, and arsenic. Yep.
And the
and
brand,
those are toxic metals.
Yes. And the brands that they are saying that contains these different things is Happy Baby, Beech Nut, Gerber, Earth's Best Organic, Plum Organic, Parent's Choice, Sprouts Organic Foods.
And you know what's crazy? We got the babies, all of those.
Not just about half of them.
Just about. They had this before.
They
definitely Earth's Best.
Earth's Best. We have a bunch of Earth's Best.
Gerber. What's that one right there?
Earth's Best. This is the organics. Happy Baby.
Yeah, see?
Earth's Best again. I actually tried this. We tried this, the Beech Nuts, but Zion broke out like crazy from this. He had like skin coming loose. He had like blisters in between his fingers. So that's when we switched to the one here. And as you see, a lot of these things are organic brands. So we thought that they would at least be okay for them to have. And of course, Gerber. We should have known with Gerber. And I also, the twins don't really like drinking regular water. So I tried this little brand here. It was Gerber Organic Infused Water. I was going to put a little bit of this with a little bit of water to kind of like dilute it a little bit. But of course, this brand is on the list as well. It's so crazy because we've been spending like thousands of dollars on these foods. You know, ever since the twins was little. Amir would eat a lot of the same products as well. And it's like we can't even use these things.
And the thing is, we already are health conscious as it is. So we always lean towards organic. I'm always, telling Nisha, make sure you get organic, And even with the babies, we said organic with the babies. And come to find out, even the organic stuff contains these toxic metals.
And we were actually we just started basically introducing them to table food, which is like sweet potatoes, the carrots. Like we've just been blending them up in our Ninja.
We started recently giving them, homemade baby food recently.
Right.
We started homemaking it. But at the same time, we were still giving them the baby food too.
Right. Because it's quicker, especially with twins. Like, we're already busy as it is. So we thought introduce, the one thing about the twins, they have been eating more than usual.
Right.
So we have to give them foods that will keep them full. Not only that, give them little snacks and stuff throughout the day. I thought this was a good idea, like the organic little snack bars, like Nutrigram bars and stuff. I saw this, and then when I got home, it contains 20% of sugar.
Right. That's a lot of sugar
that
for
is
a baby
lot
to consume.
For a baby. And then yesterday I opened these, which are like little cookies, organic cookies.
Earth's Best again.
And it says that it has iron, zinc, all these different ingredients here that's supposed to be good for them.
Right.
Excellent source. But coming to find out, it's one of the brands, and it contains 20% of sugar as well. These little teethers right here, I always buy these from Target. They love these little teethers, like little crackers, and these are organic, and they
it's another brand.
The brand as well.
Yeah, it's another brand that was on the list.
And that's one thing I always do when I go to the store. I try to get them different things to see what they like, because some things they might like, some things break them out. So I just try to get different things to give them, different options.
Right.
But of course, that didn't work. And then the baby foods. These are two different brands. We just actually, these are the last two. So we actually had other brands of these as well, of baby foods.
Right.
So it's just crazy, and I think back to, we used to have WIC. I stopped the WIC a long time ago because one thing that I've noticed, when the twins switched from formula to regular milk, I asked them if almond milk was an option because our kids drink almond milk. They told me no, that they could only drink soy milk, whole milk, and I think it was 2% milk. And I actually did try the soy milk but it didn't agree with the twins. Remember, it was like their poop would stink. It was like a toxic smell.
Oh yeah, and it was a different color too.
Yeah, it was a different color, and we just knew that something wasn't right. And then you also said about soy.
Right, it contains estrogen.
Yes,
right.
I guess, which aren't good for boys.
Right,
allegedly.
Boys, we should have testosterone, and women have estrogen. So
right. So we kind of stopped that, and that's when we switched to the almond milk. But then coming to find out, milks as well isn't good for you. Because one day I took Amir to the dentist. Mm-hmm. They told me that Amir had 4 cavities. And if you know us, Amir does not eat any type of sweets.
Nope.
If he does, it's like organic fruit snacks, organic apple sauces, healthier options.
He doesn't get candy. He gets candy like
sugar free.
Probably once or twice a year.
Mm-hmm. And when he does, it's sugar free. And he's okay with that. That's one thing people fail to realize.
Right.
If your
when
children,
you start them off young, they don't even know the difference.
If they're not introduced to it, they're okay with it.
Right.
And so what was I going? Oh yeah, Amir had 4 cavities, and we were like, okay, Amir doesn't eat sweets. Amir drinks healthy fruit juices. Then I said milk, and she was like, that's what it is. She told me that milk contains a lot of sugar.
So the cavities came from the milk.
Mm-hmm.
And we grew up our whole life them telling us milk is good for us. What was the old commercials we used to see all the time? Mm-hmm. Milk does the body good, right?
Mm-hmm.
And come to find out, milk isn't even good for us. Dairy isn't good for us. That's why you see a lot of people switching over to being vegans, where they take dairy out of their diet.
Mm-hmm.
And we're on our way going that way too as well. Like, we don't drink regular milk in this house. We only drink almond milk.
Almond milk, yes. And then that's the thing too, because I'm like, where in the heck, like cavities? I was so surprised. Like, she literally had to show me on the screen that Amir had cavities. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, you think you're doing everything right, and then coming to find out. Because one thing about Amir, ever since he has been little, Amir would overdrink milk.
Mm-hmm.
His doctor even had to tell him that, Amir, you could only drink 2 cups of milk a day because you're getting too much milk.
Right.
So that's another thing. And like I said, with the WIC, and it's just, I feel bad because like we're in the middle of a pandemic. Mm-hmm. It's bad enough that the food is expensive. And then WIC, one thing about WIC, they're pushing all these brands to you that aren't good for you.
Right. And then, like you said, due to the pandemic, a lot of people are struggling to where, to get the good stuff, you have to go to the more expensive, the high-end stores like Whole Foods and, Sprouts and stuff like that, to where it's more expensive, so I would say an alternative method to where, your pockets don't get beat is farmer's market. Try to go to some farmer's market, get some fresh fruit from there. And if you could afford Sprouts and Whole Foods and places like that, I suggest you go there to where you make sure you're getting the real organic fruit.
Because, it's the same for us. Like, a lot of times I would go into Walmart or Target just because it was quicker options. For me just to go in there, grab what I got to get, and come on out. But it's crazy now that we have to sit down and really study the things that we are buying.
You gotta research.
And we're research people, but it's just crazy. Like, we know that this has been going on for a long time, but they always tell you that organic is better. So we're like, okay, this is organic.
Exactly.
So if this says organic, it should be better than this.
Right.
So, even before
come to find out, the organic stuff has it too. The organic stuff contains these toxic metals as well.
And I always told Marcus, I didn't trust the organic.
Right.
From the junk.
She did always say that. Like, she'll be at the grocery store and I'd call her or text her and be like, make sure you get organic. And she always said, well, we don't even know if the organic is safe.
Right.
She always said that, and you just gotta do your research and you gotta make sure, And I was about to say something before you.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. So we're switching over to making our own baby food now. No more buying these brands. We're completely switching over to making our baby food at home, and we suggest that y'all do the same.
And we actually started last week making. I started buying sweet potatoes and what else was I buying? oatmeal,
yeah.
like regular stuff.
Sweet potatoes, oatmeals, bananas.
Yeah, bananas.
That's what we gave them so
fruits.
far. So far we was making baby food with all that.
Right.
And now we're going to make it even more because I make smoothies anyway.
Right.
So we're going to just, when I make my smoothies, I'm going to make some for the babies and we're going to put it aside for their baby food.
But we should have known too, because a lot of these things are sitting on the shelves for so long.
Right.
Yesterday actually when we made them
the
bananas, I put bananas, yogurt, milk, sweet potatoes all in a blender, blended it up. It was brown. It was yellow, like a yellowish brown.
Mm-hmm.
And then this morning when we went, it was black.
Right.
So that goes to show you
that it went bad basically because fruit is supposed to go bad.
Right.
If your fruit if your fruit doesn't go bad in 2 weeks and your fruit is still good, then that's something, that's suspect.
Because even one day I bought some organic kale. It was in a container, and 2 weeks later, we're like, it still looks the exact same from when I bought it from the store.
Yeah, it's not supposed to do that. Like, it's supposed to go bad.
Mm-hmm.
If it goes bad, that's a sign that it's real fruit.
Right.
And it contains the vitamins and nutrients that you need. If it lasts 2 weeks, that's a sign that it's GMO or it's sprayed with a lot of preservatives. Because that's another thing you got to watch out for is the preservatives when they spray it with the preservatives.
Right.
Because that is toxic for your body as well.
And that's one thing about me. Like, I can't eat certain types of lettuce due to what's sprayed on top of it because I itch really bad.
Right.
So that goes to show, that it's something being sprayed on the food. And then another thing that I noticed when I used to go grocery shopping, people, when I used to tell them this, they used to think I was crazy. Mm-hmm. Like when you go and you buy a container of strawberries, it looks all pretty, all red from the light.
Yeah.
When you take it from the light, it's not the same colors.
Yeah. Right, it'll be jacked up.
Yeah, and I get home, I'm like, I know I just left the store.
That happened a couple of times.
And they didn't look like this. Yeah. And then I took it away from the light, looked at it, and it was the light that makes it look pretty and stuff. Right. So it's just, it bothered us as we woke up and received this news because, as you know, we have 2 babies and we're just trying to do our best by them.
Right, to make sure they're healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And we call ourselves doing that by getting organic in these foods, and come to find out, even though organic is not
just
healthy.
as bad.
Yeah. And we've seen a rise in kids having cancer. And you remember when your cousin had it, who was a little girl and all that, it made us think. We was like, why are all these kids having cancer? Like we didn't used to see that too much back in the day. But now it's a lot of kids. Why are kids why are kids having cancer and autism? This stuff that's in that they just reported is in the food. Those cause cancer. And come to find out, the stuff that's in some of these shots. A lot of these metals and stuff like mercury and stuff like that, it's reported that those are even in the shots as well, so that's just something to think about as well, especially when you see autism going up. You remember we had a conversation about chicken pox?
Yeah.
We was like, yeah, chicken pox, what happened to chicken pox? You don't see kids having it no more, and they're giving credit to the shots. They're giving the shots credit, but you see chicken pox is gone, but autism is going up.
But it's nothing bad about chickenpox. Because I remember I had chickenpox as a kid, and as they tell you, I don't remember, but all it does is it itches, and it's something that's temporary.
Right. I believe chickenpox is a natural occurrence that kids go through when they're going to a certain age. It's natural. It's like your body probably getting ready for, whatever the case may be. It's a natural occurrence, just like puberty.
Right. But it's not harmful.
Right.
So why can't we just go ahead, deal with it, itch a little bit, and go on about your business? Everybody not everybody, majority of people had chickenpox. Our parents already knew what to do when you had the chickenpox. You was out from school, going back to school, and going about your business.
Right.
And like I was about to say, Marcus actually tested this because we saw an article about the metals being, and he actually tested this and with the magnet, and it was okay. So we was like, okay, so this is a better alternative rather than the Gerber.
Right.
And coming to find out.
Right. Even that, contains metals as well.
Look, growth without potentially harmful.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Yeah, it tells you that it's not harmful.
Right.
And that should be a red flag too. If it's telling you that it's not harmful, that's like, come on, it's harmful. You know, like
right.
It's crazy. And it's just, you feel bad for the babies too, because these babies are so innocent. Like, why do we have to have these things inside of these products?
Why are they put there?
Yeah.
You know, I remember I thought this last year. I was like, why was GMOs even invented? You know, who would do that to where you're making fruits and vegetables and you're basically tricking people, because some people don't even know they got to buy organic. They think they're getting the fruits and, you know, they think they're getting the right nutrients from eating these vegetables, but it's GMO, you know.
And all of these says non-GMO. Everything here says
and GMO means genetically modified organism. If something is genetically modified, the word genetic, that means it's not real. You know, it's not naturally grown. It's not natural. You know, the human body, the human beings, we need natural food that contains the vitamins and nutrients that we need. Like vitamin C, vitamin, you know, D, vitamin, you know, E, all the good vitamins that we need for us to be healthy.
And that's another thing we started giving the twins, elderberry?
Yeah.
We started to give them
elderberry.
Yeah, giving them that because they're premature babies. So we just want to make sure that all areas of their body is, you know, taken care of, you know, and then the immune system and with everything that's going on, you know, so now we have to make sure that that brand is okay to even give to them. And
they'll say, oh, we made genetically modified organisms or genetically modified fruits because it's weather resistant and it's keeps the insects away or whatever. You know, they act like it's a good thing, but really, you know, we've been here for thousands or millions of years and it's never been a problem with us growing fruit. We've been moving like this for years. You know, so it was no reason for them to switch from natural to GMO. There's no reason for that unless there was a agenda behind it. You know, but another thing, go ahead. What was you about to say?
Oh, no, I was about to just say, like, look at our grandparents and their parents and their parents lived 100 years, you know. And a lot, they just went outside, used their little crops, got everything, but they lived forever. You know? So what was you was about to say something.
I don't remember. Just don't remember.
So if you guys know of any, you know, meal preps for babies or ideas that you guys use or that you know of, just make sure that you drop them down below so that we could go ahead and start going more towards that area and just, you know, even for ourselves. I feel like for ourselves, we just have to be also careful of what we do, you know, even sodas and... You know, cereal. You know, the twins like cereal a lot.
Amir loves cereal. So we just told Amir, he was mad about it. We just told him this morning, no more cereal for you, you know?
But one thing about us, when we tell our kids, you know, we let them know why. We told Amir that, you know, because even Cheerios.
And which is messed up because that's a big part of childhood.
It's a kid.
You know, we still talk about the cereals we used to eat to this day, you know? And... You know.
And I mean, even Fruit Loops and Lucky Charms, and I mean, those are all the best cereals, but those are the ones that are the worst for you. And again, Cheerios, we thought Cheerios were good for you.
Well, it's like you said, you know, you used to see your grandma, they live into like 100. But nowadays, the grandparents, you know, God forbid, you know, what ages are they living to?
And health issues.
You're seeing a lot of them with health issues. A lot of them are dying of cancer. Like, the life expectancy now is way shorter than it used to be. And you got to ask yourself why. You know, and you come to find out it's these foods. You know, you think these people are dying from natural occurrences and natural causes. But come to find out it was things they was eating that was, you know, causing it over time.
That's even like McDonald's. Amir, I think he probably only had McDonald's once or twice in his whole life. Because, you know, McDonald's, of course, is not good for you. Like, we barely eat out. Like, one thing about in our household, you know, I like to cook. So, a lot of times, we just cook the things at home. You know, we very seldom go out to eat. And when we do, it's like a special occasion. You know?
Definitely a special occasion.
And Amir, of course, he loves Burger King. But, you know, as far as...
we barely get that anymore.
No, we barely. No. McDonald's, we don't even look that way. We don't even think about McDonald's.
we just recently got McDonald's, like, what was it, a couple months ago, during around Christmas time.
You got McDonald's. He ain't about to say I got McDonald's.
I got a McChicken and a small fry.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
see,
saying?
see?
And I haven't got it in years before
No.
that. For years we haven't got it, you know. And my brother was like, "Oh, we're gonna stop at McDonald's real quick," and I got tempted. I was like, you know what? I haven't had a McChicken in a while. Let me just get one McChicken. It ain't gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't, you know, but still.
We actually went for hot chocolate. That was another thing.
Yeah, hot chocolate.
We didn't even drink the hot chocolate. I took a sip of it. It's like, you know, let me taste. I haven't had hot chocolate in a minute.
It was sweet.
It was so sweet. It tastes like it was nothing but sugar. And like I said, we don't eat a lot of sugars or salt. So when you eat those things, it's like, to you, it's like overpowering.
Right.
And then I was like, I'm sorry, Amir, but you can't have this hot chocolate. We'll make you some hot chocolate at home because, you know, this is just too sweet. So that's another thing, you know, just eating out. Just got to, I guess, be careful with that too.
Yeah. So, you know, we're switching up. We're giving natural, you know, homegrown, homemade baby food for our kids now, you know. And we're going to continue to give y'all tips and recipes and everything. And we ask that you share yours with us as well. And with that being said, got anything else to say?
I was about to say something. Well, like he said, just like we don't know everything, but we're just going by, you know, what's out there and what works for us.
Right.
And
we're doing our research.
Yes.
You know.
We all have to do our own research.
Right.
What fits you and your family, that's just what you have to do. You know, and we're just here giving you guys our perspective on this topic. And just make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And be on the lookout for more content from Life with the Artists. All right, guys. Happy Saturday. See you soon.
Have a good night.